Hello!
There's some hardcore... Oh.
Fuck, yeah, Jesus.
Use lubricant.
Everything went fine. Hello and welcome to this FBF Nerd Night. My name is John and I am joined by Sean,
I'll do.
Scar.
Does that all the time.
Heidi ho 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 ho.
I'm
It's
channeling the spirit of Martin Madrazo.
Ben again.
Hello, everybody.
And he's going to talk about the entire
Goblin
episode.
being here.
Oh, you have no idea, honey.
I don't remember Stitch being in here either. Alright, calm down, bro.
And Tanny is also here
Hello.
and now
Hello,
somewhat
hello.
disturbed. Do you guys want me to do a recap or do you guys want to do yourself a recap?
That's not
Yes.
I
I
was
think
asleep
Sean is
the
the
whole
best
time.
one who recaps this stuff.
Sean, what happened previously?
Well, it all started when we stubbed each other's toes, just all in unison. It was really bad time. Like literally every single person got up, all of us stubbed our toe on like the same coffee table.
God damn it!
It was like,
It's so evil!
and it was like one of the ones where like really like it was like kind of like star-shaped legs, so it's like there's points everywhere. Anyway, we travelled down after kicking the shit out of some Care Bears.
Well, they kicked our asses more than we kicked theirs, but
Well, we didn't all die.
I mean, you met me, guys. You met me. You met Roman.
We went to ruins. We went to like an abandoned camp near some ruins. We found this half-orc dude just chilling.
yeah,
Uh,
just chilling in
no,
the.
I was trapped in a house, bro.
Yeah, chilling in a room that was sealed from the outside.
I mean, that's not what you said first. That you were trapped inside. You said, "I'm
No,
traveling
I didn't.
here
I was like,
all
who
by
knows that?
myself in the fucking jungle of death."
During the death, I've been, there's Care Bears everywhere, and it's like, so either way, we saved them. We tried to go into this like weird temple-y bit.
We got attacked by skeletons too. At some point.
I'm getting that. We went into a weird temple-y thing. We fucked up and fell down into. Well, three of us fell down into a pit.
I just watched you guys
No.
perished.
We
That's great.
Exactly.
collectively thought, fuck it, we're not going to bother. We went to bed.
Exactly. You and me fell into the pit. Then,
Yeah.
for some reason, Carboons thought it was enjoyable to do the same as he saw that we hurt ourselves in the pit.
He saw how much fun it was to fall in the pit, and then after he'd managed to save himself, decided to fall in the pit.
That looks like fun. I'll do that too. Yeah.
Oh, and there was a blue chicken too, and I got a lot of hate mail for having thoughts of sending the chicken into the corridor of death.
Yes,
But
I
we
bet you
didn't.
did.
But we didn't. We did a full-blown burn-free situation on the chicken. And
Yeah, he's free and he's happy.
Each of us shed a tear. It was amazing.
And there's one thing as well. Torin fell into a pile of shit.
I went into a pit where there was a body. I pulled it out. I buried it.
Yeah, into the
And
shit
you
hole.
found an axe while you was at it as well. Was it Warhammer?
With a warhammer.
Warhammer.
Found a warhammer while I was at it.
That was beautiful.
And then we fought
So,
skeleton, and then
Basically, we could say that Crumpet would actually jump into a pile of shit for Warhammer.
I didn't jump into it for that. I jumped into it for other reasons. But yes, we made our way to Camp Vengeance, where we were immediately like forced into service.
Yeah, but we suddenly become like part of the army, and then I looked at the goats and I thought they were possessed by some sort of demons. Just when I look at the distance, they look so possessed, and then when I look, I was like, oh, they're actually okay goats. Okay, moving on.
Yeah,
You can see why Trooper got the reputation now, can't you?
I better have a goat for this and this. I better have a pet at the end of this this campaign, okay? This part of this stream. I better have a pet.
If I don't set him free.
I wanted the blue
I
chicken,
can get
okay?
you a pet spoon.
You again. I've heard about you. I've heard about you.
But
Hi.
God,
Pleasure
that's
to meet you.
That's
that's
exactly
just
what happened, word for word.
Yeah,
God,
that's pretty much what happened.
it just shows how much the army is desperate to actually recruit everyone who's coming to the camp.
You're holding a weapon.
Pretty much.
What do you mean you're our enemy? No, you're on our side now. You're on our side. Come on.
So, yes, we were allowed to rest in tents, I believe.
You did indeed.
Yes.
You did
I'm
indeed
still
were
a
allowed to
blue
rest in
thing.
tents.
John, I'm still a big blue thing. What is this problem? What is this?
I forgot to move the picture from my laptop to my desktop.
Again? Am I still going to be a big blue thing for a while until
You're-
like the next 2 weeks?
You
You're
failed
still
us the
going to be a
last
big
time,
blue
John.
MSN dude for now, I'm afraid. I've got the picture. I need to get it onto my desktop so that I can crop it down and then put it into Roll20. I meant to do it and then I forgot
Again.
again.
God,
I-
boy.
I spent the afternoon editing like about 6 episodes worth of D&D down. So yeah,
You
John.
failed us for the last time, John.
John,
I'm
you had
sorry.
one job. You had one job, John.
You literally had one John, bro.
The following morning, after what's mostly a restful night in Camp Vengeance,
As someone made a ritual or something.
as I said at the end of last session, the tents here, this entire camp, pretty much, it doesn't look like they planned for quite the environment of Chult. These are the Order of the Gauntlet, and they are used to Faerun and the sort of temperate climate that's there. Niles Breakbone and a number of the leaders of the army are wearing large armor, and it's not built for this environment. It's heavy, and they are upset about it. A lot of the
They're
guards,
sweating like pigs, aren't they, John? They're sweating like pigs.
they are sweating like pigs. A lot of the guards and a lot of the regular rank and file are wearing the minimum amount of the armor that they actually can get away with. And even they are sweating like pigs. The only people that look vaguely comfortable in the camp, there are a group of tribal warriors who basically came from the jungles of Chult and have sort of joined with the Order of the Gauntlet in an effort to, one, survive for longer, and two, force back the undead threat that is in Chult. For Chult has been plagued for years by the undead, and so basically that's one of the main reasons that there aren't any big settlements here, is because they get attacked by zombies.
Mm-hmm.
Shoot him in the head and you'd be fine. That's what I say.
Another test of the gods.
Them pesky zombies.
The tents that you slept in.
You slept in. You
The
slept
tents
in
that
them.
you slept in last
Slapping.
night. They are all damp. They don't look like they've been set up to weather the watery rains of the jungle. Should any of you venture to the latrines would work perfectly well anywhere but a rainforest, because they are just a large hole in the ground, and so every couple of days when it pours with rain, they get washed out and washed through the rest of the camp.
You're telling me it smells like a dookie.
It smells, it's unpleasant, it's humid and hot.
I love the countryside.
Even at this point, Undril, who is starting to settle into her role of helping out in the big round tent up here, She's joined the medical branch basically, as she was a cleric. She is offering her healing to the people in there, and she is removed again as much of the armor as she can. She's wearing now sort of a makeshift dress, basically.
Damn.
It's a bit stifling here.
It is not pleasant in terms of the conditions of heat, water, humidity.
I thought you were talking about the dress there for a second.
The dress,
That's rude of you.
the dress is perfectly fine. Dress is
She
perfectly
says perfectly fine.
perfectly fine if a little bit utilitarian.
I like 'em utilitarian.
But early the following morning, I can't remember who I said it was going to be, but it's
Someone, I'm sure.
someone will be there. Bear with me a moment while I read.
I'll be there for you.
When the rain starts to fall.
That's not
Yeah,
for a few days.
Like you've been there before.
It will
Yes.
be
Da 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 dum.
Roll the drums.
Pern Salhana.
Pern Zohana.
Come on down!
Pern Salhana, who is the one of the two second in commands of the camp. She's a human female.
Human.
Human female.
Oh man, what is this human that you speak of?
She
That
will come
sounds like me
forth.
dating. Hello, human female.
She will come to your tents and
Oh, will she?
yeah,
My lady!
introduce to you the
Dare I come into a man's tent when his shins are exposed?
She comes into my tent, there's a lot more than just the shins.
Yeah, your spoons.
Ah, you guys are starting to talk just like the army.
It's alright. It's alright.
Talking
That's right. I'm a man of shins of my own.
She will introduce you to the 7-strong force that you're going to be leading through the jungle.
Hello, 7 strong force. We'll be leading through the jungle.
It's a group of 4 soldiers from the camp
Mhm.
and 3 tribal warriors from the general
else.
vicinity.
I shall
The-
call them Bob.
The tribal
I shall just number them.
1, 2.
the tribal warriors are from a number of local Cholton tribes and have been led here by Lorsa Bilwattle and Wolf Rygor, who is a half-elf male. And Niles Breakbone and Wolf are lifelong friends.
Best buds.
BFFs forever.
Like bros
Wow.
and everything.
They are bros.
Romance in the part of it as well.
Pern will also bring a map and hands it to. I'm going to assume that you let Iku do the navigating
It'll make sense.
Yeah, it
as
would
she's
make
the
sense.
guide. And basically, it's about 4 days travel from the camp to Mbala, and then
And fucking
4 days back
Better
again.
get there now. Better get on the way now, or else we're going to lose a lot of time.
And basically, they want you to go to Mbala, check out the ruins, and come back again.
Sounds simple enough.
Okay. There and back
Taking
again.
a deep breath in of the wonderful smell around, saying,
It smells
well,
like
now
shit
seems
and
like
goat.
a good time to leave.
Get the fuck out of here.
You take a
And
deep
sit
breath, and it smells of wet feces and wet goat.
And that's why it's a good time to get out of here.
Before I puke.
I do
And
love that
so-
I'm currently
This
talking to
coffin
the
on my
voice in the
second-
sky.
You guys and Eku and Tribal Warrior 123 and Acolyte
Bob.
1234 head out into the jungles. And you
Welcome to the
travel.
jungle.
Ide-hee.
Yes, follow him.
Ide-hee.
Following the leader, the leader.
You travel
Well, how
through
about-
the jungle for a day.
A meteorite hits you. You die immediately.
Oh, jeez.
It was then that they realized something. Sorry, just talking to myself again.
They realized they should never have eaten that breakfast burrito.
I knew I had a
Didn't the
problem.
burrito exist in this game?
They should never have eaten that thing wrapped up in flatbread.
You travel for a day, and then the sun begins to set.
After a day?
At the end of the day,
At the end of the day.
the sun begins to set.
I
And
thought you were going to say it was the next day for the sunset. It was, wow.
That was a quick day.
not much happened. You walked. The
We
sun
trudged
sets,
through overgrowth and undergrowth.
and
Can I
just
say
general
that I was
growth.
trying to get everyone into riveting song, even though I can't sing that well.
You can. Make a
Yes.
performance check.
I'm
Make a
having-
performance check, really?
It's out of tune, and you're not sure what the song was, and you're not
the
sure if it
best
was
song.
actually a song before. But two of the tribal warriors will join in.
Yeah. I was singing about my spoon.
Spoon.
Each tribal warrior singing a different song as well. So it's gonna be...
Is that you?
I just move faster, just to not hear the song.
I follow along. I was like, nope, 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 nope.
And that's why I think the song's working. It's motivating everyone to just keep going.
I'm just trudging through, realizing very quickly that I hate jungles.
You've been in it for like a week
Yeah,
now,
but
no?
we've been like traveling along the river. We've not actually had to like actually go through the jungle yet.
This
Yeah.
is the
I'm
real
liking
first time
it.
you're
It's
going
reminding me
over
of
land.
Oh well. I'm a man
No
of
fairies have attacked me.
I'm a man of nature. so-
I'm a big guy. This is hard work.
As night sets, the warriors and the acolytes will set up a camp for you all.
Oh, that's nice of them. Thank you, brothers. Thank you.
Thank you, Tribal Warriors 1, 2, 3, and Acolyte 1, 2, 3, 4.
And Bob.
Who's Bob?
Who's
It's one of the 1, 2, 3. I call him Bob. Now, every time you refer to him as 1, 2, 3, I'm just going to add in Bob.
Don't say Bob, please, because when you say Bob, it makes me think of a chicken in the other D&D.
No, no. There was no chicken back in my own home. We should name him Stephen.
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 No,
Stephen Bob it is.
Stephen.
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 Okay, Stephen Bob.
Steve Bob.
Well, I just use my street powers to tend to the fire and all that.
Who is taking the first watch?
I
I will.
I should really need to be more serious about
Well,
my character. I'm
okay.
being too happy.
Well,
The
I
other
suppose
elf.
if you take the first watch, Theodus, I can always take the second watch.
Sounds good to me.
Okay, so Theodos and Romad, you sit up and you stoke the campfire and and you look out far into the jungles.
Our character here, I think Theodos and Roma should be best buds, buddy.
There's a calm surrender.
Uh,
Second.
Can you guys make me a perception check each, please?
Oh, that's 16. Hello.
And the time passes, and you see no threats in the jungle. You do hear a couple of wild animal calls, but they move past without coming too close to your camp.
Okay.
And
Like,
eventually,
they camp the-
eventually, it becomes time to wake up the people on the second watch.
Okay.
Wakey, wakey.
Your turn to watch.
Right, you are. Okay.
Nothing
Have a
to
good
report.
rest. I'll take it from here.
And I
Sleeping.
go into meditation.
I go to sleep.
Okay. So I roll a perception, right?
Please do.
Please do. He says desperately.
Please, I beg
Yes,
of
the
you.
voice in the sky is always desperate for me.
And your spoon.
Yes.
Time
That's the reason.
continues to pass relatively uneventfully.
Time suddenly stops.
Time stops passing, it's weird, but then you realise that you were just holding your breath for a minute.
Ah,
A minute.
That sounds like me.
Really get picking up the spoon.
It's
Oh, I've been rubbing my spoon the whole time.
Oh,
Ah, that.
it starts to get lighter out, and suddenly it dawns on you where the sun went last night. And the sun rises.
Dawn of a new day.
holy fuck! It's morning.
And it smells better. I thought we didn't have any music now. Hold on, I have a flute. Can I play that tune?
No.
You can try, roll performance.
Voice in the sky. Don't encourage him. Oh,
Fly over
God.
Donald.
Sean, can you possibly re-hum that tune, but with a performance of 3?
Lovely bunch of coconuts.
You're not sure how your flute played this song, but you're sure you were aiming for a happy morning music.
Also playing it a lot louder. The guys are now angry at me. What the hell?
Hey Maddie, my internet's hopefully behaving at the moment, but let's
I just come to you, Ben, and take your flute away and say, I'm keeping this. Until you know how to behave.
I don't want him to take my flute. Can I do a dexterity check or something that doesn't say that he doesn't?
You can.
It'd be technically like a grapple, wouldn't it? It's
Yeah, I'm going to say it's a grapple, so can I get a strength athletics from both of you?
Strength athletics.
Well, it's
Strength
It's
and
athletics. It's athletics unless you don't have athletics, in which case it just is a straight
Oh.
strength check.
Athletics.
I don't have athletics, so I guess it's a strength.
oh, you guys are just being silly.
You keep your flute.
You keep the flute.
Yeah.
You manage
If
to.
If I hear
Okay,
this
I'll
flute
make you a
once
deal.
again,
I will not play it anymore today.
if I hear this flute tomorrow, it's going up your ass.
How about tomorrow afternoon?
I just
I
go.
won't do it in the morning anymore. I won't wake you up.
Just be reasonable.
Please, how am I meant to get any better if I can't practice?
He has a point though.
Well, could you practice not in the jungle, where all the sounds can attract fluffy bears?
I was trying to do something very light. It just came out quite loud and within a different
The Care
tune.
Bears. The Care Bears.
Yes.
You weren't here for the Care Bears. It was
You don't
horrible.
know. You don't know what devilry lurks in the shadows
You
of
don't
this
know. the true terror of the
You don't know,
cavemen.
man. You
Yeah, I
would,
suppose that's quite true. Okay, I concede. I understand now. I won't play the flute.
Thank you.
Okay. You set out, and Eku continues to lead you through the jungle. Who is taking the lead and sort of being the general watch out person?
Start AQ.
Pardon me.
I mean-
I don't mind.
I mean, we're following AQ, so I suppose she was the lead, but
I mean, Echo is leading the way, but one of you guys can be just like general lookout to check that you're not going to wander into danger.
I'm gonna be the rear guard.
Okay.
You want to be the butt?
Tori Vasuvisagi, yes?
Yes.
I'm quite good at perception. I suppose I can keep an eye out near the front.
Okay, Torin and Riordan, can you both make me perception checks, please?
Me?
Yes, you.
Yes.
I hope you have good perception. Okay, that's good.
Okay, so the sun rises high into the sky, and then it starts to come back down again.
Immediately.
Not immediately. It takes several hours of you walking.
With the exact sound of the slide whistle.
Yep. It's now 5 days later.
I think one of us is like grown a big beard by then.
You've all grown big beards in various places around your face.
Which is surprising for me because I have no hair.
You're one.
Sounds like somehow grew some feathers on your faces.
You just like
Feathers?
you brush moss off your
Scaly
face.
feathers.
Yeah,
I've
that makes-
shaped mine into a tash.
It's like all the walking. I've managed to like walk through like moss areas and cobwebs, and it's all kind of like gathered on the chin.
It's now the afternoon of the day, and as the sun is starting to get lower and lower in the sky, Torin, suddenly there's a
But
An earth-shattering kaboom.
no, there's kind of a pop sound,
Ah,
I stopped dead.
and out of the sky, landing at your feet, is an arm.
ah.
Okay. Oh.
I'm not sure, but I
think
think this came from a body.
I take my bow immediately when I see that.
Can I investigate? Oh, I would say,
kind of-
can I investigate? I've got a -1 on that, but still. Can I investigate the arm?
I step away from the arm.
You can investigate the arm. Roll an
Put my hands back
investigation check.
I shall join in the investigation. I did better.
Ben, it's an arm. They're normally
I think
attached
it
at
came
the
off
top
the
end
body.
to something else, but this one doesn't appear to be. It just
Show
kind
me
of,
one.
it just kind of ends.
I think this belongs to someone.
Okay, let me do this.
Theodas. Theodas.
Mm-hmm.
It's a human arm, as roughly as you can tell. It looks human. I mean, that doesn't narrow it down a great deal because it could be an elf, it could be a half elf, it could be a great many number of things that are basically humanoid in arm.
Mm-hmm.
But it is a humanoid arm.
Okay.
And
Can I try and do an investigation?
you think from the size of it that it is a female's
Do it.
arm.
I want to do more.
I see. We got ourselves a female arm. Does anyone want to check it?
I say a merry fuck it, and I just pick up the arm.
You have acquired a new weapon.
I pick up the arm and give it a once over. Like, look at the, especially like the area where it should attach to someone. Is it like a bloody stump, or is it?
Nope. It just ends neatly.
Neat.
So clean cuts.
Clean off then.
There's no it it's sealed. It doesn't look like there was ever anything else here.
Oh.
As you pick it up, it waves at you.
Yeah. I'm still holding
I
on.
wave back.
Still holding on.
I'm having like the disappearing arm flashback. Okay, like John and Sean will know this, but the flash.
Has the arm got like any clothing on it, or
No,
Armor?
it's just an arm.
there's like a bare arm?
A bare
No,
arm.
not a bare arm, but a bare.
Is there a ring on the arm? Is there a ring on the hand?
There is
Is
a
there
ring
any kind of-
on one of the fingers.
I go to it. I
Well,
go
someone
to
like it should have put a ring on it.
I go to this arm. I go to this arm and just poke at it. Like, does it react?
It tries to shake your hand.
I shake its hand.
It will reach out from Sean's hand, and if it can get to your hand, it will shake your hand.
I just go over and
Yeah.
let it hand.
This is unusual. I want.
Can we talk to the hand?
Is hello?
Do you know where you came from?
I don't think the hand can respond to you.
It kind of
Very good
looks
point.
at both of you.
How can it look to us? You know.
It's got a set of those googly eyes on the back of the hand.
And if it was a hand, if there was a hand puppet over the hand, it would be looking at you.
Oh, jeez.
But there isn't.
Okay,
I
do you understand us? Just rock your hand if you can.
It kind of nods.
I'm
Which direction you
thinking.
came from?
It points
Jesus.
upwards.
I'm thinking there is some magic in it. I could try and detect if the source of this magic.
The hand again nods at you.
I'm just putting my hands on my face and just rolling. I'm just like shaking my head like.
I'm
Does
gonna-
your owner need help?
It shakes its hand.
And head.
It waves its
Um,
hand from side to side horizontally.
I begin to do a ritual to detect the magic of it.
Okay, you're doing it as a ritual.
Yep. Well, I have no choice. It's a ritual thing.
No, you can cast it as a spell.
Okay.
But if you cast it as a ritual, it doesn't take a
A slot?
spell slot up.
No, I'll do it as a ritual then.
Okay, so Theodas begins casting this ritual spell, and it's going to take him about 10 minutes.
So I'm doing weird shit.
While he does that, I'm going to detect good and evil on it, or divine sense it.
Okay.
But
Uh,
actually,
what-
protection. That doesn't actually do that. No, never mind. I'm not going to do that.
Okay.
I'm just kind of just staring at everyone, just wondering.
That only detects if it's a celestial fiend or undead within 60 feet of me.
Okay.
Which are idiots.
Which, considering where we are, I'll probably detect a load of fucking undead. So
Yeah, you're not in the best place for that.
yeah, so I'm going to leave that.
Can I ask the hand?
I'm just going to be holding
Know
on to
anything
the
about
arm.
the ruins hand?
It again waves its hand horizontally.
Oh,
Sean, are you still holding it, or are
Yeah.
you?
I'm going to like kneel down. I'm still holding it, but I'm going to like kneel down to the ground and like, let's say, can you tell us who you belong to? And like hope that it like writes its name on the dirt.
It
oh, can it? Can you write?
it starts to write in the dirt. Where am I?
You're in Chult.
You're in the
What
middle
is-
of the jungle thick.
Well, I guess it's responding. So, what's your name? What part of the body? What is the name of your owner? Swear to God, John. Swear to God.
I'm like,
And I think if I know who this is, I'm going to find a way to find you and rip your arms off. I'll scream at you.
L.
We all know who this is.
U
It got.
Z
I know who this is.
E
Son of a bitch!
W E-I-S-S.
Lose
Vice.
Weiss.
Nice.
Lose
Never-
Weiss.
I'm not-
Savage!
None of you guys have heard of her.
No, I don't.
Well, I can't say I have. How about you, Romad?
And somewhere in the distance of where Neverwinter is, you basically notice that Luz sneezes. Doesn't know that enemy reference, that's fine.
Has my spell, has my ritual ended, or am I still doing weird shit?
You're still casting a ritual for the moment.
So, yeah, I'm just holding onto it. Where were you before? I asked.
After writing out Luz Weiss, it also draws the symbol of Lathander.
That's the symbol of Lathander.
His. I was born in Lathander.
Was your owner a devout of some kind?
It nods its hand up and down.
So, where were you before you arrived in Chult suddenly?
It writes out Neverwinter.
Neverwinter.
I'm just trying to keep my laughter right now. This is amazing.
Believe me, my straight face is harder to do.
Does anyone know where that is? I don't know whether we're close, nearby, far.
Neverwinter
that's
is
not.
Faerun,
north
it
of
writes.
where we were.
Yeah, that's where we were naturally.
Where we met with Sylvain, we were south from there.
Well then, my army friend, you're far from your original location.
Yeah.
Oh dear, it writes.
Well, I suppose we have to.
Is it?
Something.
How did this happen to you? Do you know what caused this?
It tries to point at one of its fingers.
Which finger?
There's a finger with a ring on it.
Huh.
Oh. Does
And
anyone
then
know
if
to
you-
take magic on that ring?
He's currently doing the detect the magic.
If you've ever
I'm
seen,
going to.
Why
If
are you
you-
taking so long?
It takes time, okay?
if you've
Yeah,
ever seen a single arm shrug, it kind of shrugs.
I've never seen a single arm stroke.
I can't find you need to demonstrate that.
I pat it on the head and say, there.
I just imagine the hum just to do like to shrug.
So,
Have you thought of taking the ring off?
What if
And
that
the arm?
kills the arm?
Don't touch nothing until I've finished to
is
do
the
my
ring
ritual.
important? I asked the hand. Is the ring important?
I just put it on.
It writes.
It
It
writes.
does a lot of writing. Wow.
It's quite surprising it has the hand-eye coordination without the eye.
Yeah, this is why I feel like
to be honest, that's the least surprising thing about this entire situation.
At this point, it's now
Well-
given up on writing with its index finger and has started to pick up a stick and is using it like a pen. And it just writes out magic!
Ah.
Exclamation
Honestly,
mark.
I'm
Underline,
still like-
underline.
if anything, how does it hear us as
Well,
well?
of course that
This-
makes sense. But once
Once
again, magic
again,
would also
I still-
create that wonderful little connection.
Once again, I still find that the least surprising thing about this entire situation.
And at
As,
each
I'm holding a human female's arm as it writes on the floor.
at each point where one
So
of you's
have
like,
you always been
how does it
detachable?
how does it do the hand-eye coordination? And how does it hear us? It just keeps pointing back to the sign on the ground it wrote out that says magic.
So have you
It's
always
one
been
of
able
those
to detach?
interesting art things. you
No.
know.
Occasionally adding another exclamation mark next to magic.
So
It
what
shakes
was
its
the
head
answer?
from side to side. No.
Ah.
And then it writes out, "This is new. I don't like
Do
it.
you think you'll be able to reattach?
I don't know."
I wait for the unless everyone else has more questions for it. I'm going to wait for the detect magic ritual to end.
I could ask questions all day for the hand, to be honest, but I think we'll wait for the detect magic. But
Either way,
the answer's going to be there's magic.
we can be assured that Riordan has been just bombarding this poor arm with questions.
I mean, you have managed to fill up quite a space on the ground with just very neat penmanship.
Oh, I thought the hand would be rubbing out of and rewriting.
Yeah, I'm occasionally rubbing out some of the previous answers, and
I just imagine if someone just goes into the jungle and sees the text that was written in the ground and like, so Luz has left his
Can I
arm.
try and do an insight on the hand to try and get any insight on?
You can't really read the hand.
Ah, that's a shame.
can we at least read its future?
Hey, can I palm read it?
You can try. I don't believe you've got a skill for that.
What would I need to do anyway for that then?
I don't know where the fuck it would be.
So, about 10 minutes passes from when Theodas starts his ritual.
Meanwhile, Riordan's gotten onto the question of, what's your opinion on ducks?
Do you know much about spoons?
I kind of gave up on that point and just waiting. I'm just basically patiently waiting for Theodas to do the ritual.
Yeah.
And Theodos's eyes.
At sometimes I just
Actually, I made a new friend.
with really dark gaze because they're asking questions and I'm like, fucking wait, god damn it.
Theodos's eyes roll back in his head for a moment, and they come forth again. They are glowing.
I do ask a question though. Are you cold? Are you feeling cold?
Not really.
Okay,
It's quite warm here.
it is.
So yes, Theodos,
Yeah.
you do sense magic.
Great.
The ring on the arm's finger is emitting a strong magical aura, and there's a faint aura around the whole arm. It is transmutation magic. So basically magic that has changed this arm from something to something else. You are suspecting from being attached to being not attached.
Basically, what I detect is that this ring is causing this arm to act on its own,
Yes,
independently from its owner.
correct.
I see.
Like some sort of wandering limb.
Yeah.
Do you want to
is.
join us? Do you want to join us on our quest?
Well, we can't just leave it here either
No,
way.
For now, it writes.
Okay. We've got a new friend.
Who shall keep?
What should we call you?
Well, Lucy.
well,
Lose.
that's the name
Oh,
of
yes.
the cat.
Do you have a nickname?
No.
Oh, okay.
Whose it is?
Who's it is?
Very well. Who shall keep Luz in his bag?
I will.
At this point, the arm does walk over towards Romad.
I pick the arm up.
cousin it styly.
Cousin it, like dragging itself along on its fingers.
I picked it up and put. I don't know where to put it. Should I put it around my neck?
Ugh.
Then again, if I put it around
Can a
my
hand
neck, I
hold
think.
on? Can the arm hold on?
I'm sure it could.
Just sort of hold on to the belt or something like that.
For now, I would.
Just put it in your bag with its like.
Well,
hand
I
sticking
am
out like a
wearing
flower or
like kind
something.
of a fluffy cloak. Probably see my icon. I've got the fluffiness go around. Maybe if I put it around my neck and cover that up, no one can see it.
Hmm.
And if
It
it
kind
gets
of-
too hot, it can tap me or something.
It wraps itself around your shoulders.
There we go.
For now, I would recommend not to take off the ring. I still don't know if it would kill it or not.
I'm just having so much like thoughts on this. This is something I really want to draw now.
Well, we've got road to do. Let's move on.
Whatever it is, I'm sure this loose person is pissed.
I mean, like with this.
Now, I'm
type of
sure she's
magic,
loving
I would be
it.
very angry.
I'm sure she was loving it.
Yeah. Either way.
I'm sure
onward!
I'm sure nothing worse happened to her this time.
No.
Well,
Suddenly,
for now,
I'm
we must continue. And we can solve that mystery later.
Yes. Alright, on our way.
We will solve this groovy mystery.
Damn you dastardly kids.
Darn fools.
You carry on, and after a few more hours, the night settles in, the evening draws in. And between yourselves, the warriors, the acolytes, Iku, the hand, you manage to set up a tent, a set of camps.
The hand gave her hand.
Yeah.
And the hand starts warming itself by the fire.
I give the hand a high five.
I wave at the hand.
I just
take the hand away from you guys because
I'm-
this is seriously not
I
funny.
just sigh and
Hey,
fist
I'm
palm when I see
high-fiving them.
that.
I'm high-fiving the hand
I'm
because
being
they
friendly
helped out.
with the hand. I'm very curious at the hand. I feel a good friendship coming between us and the hand.
Friends, this hand is not a toy.
Yeah,
Who
it
said
seriously
boy?
does.
I said friend.
It's
It
belonging
is a
to
conscious
someone.
being. It is one of us.
First,
it is
it's
here with
belonging
us.
to
It
someone.
explains us and
Let's face it, if
understands.
we wanted to dick around with it, we could be like drawing shit on it and crap like that. I just gave it a high five because it helped with Ken.
One of the acolytes does bring over a ring and puts it on the hand,
No,
Oh, seriously?
so that
I
it can
got-
He liked it,
remember
so he
us.
put a ring on it.
I go see the acolyte, take the ring off.
No, it's just so that she can remember this adventure.
I'm not sure putting rings on an arm that was cursed because of a ring is a good idea.
I don't really have a bracelet for this scenario.
I start to lose my patience.
Could you at
Can I
least?
just inspect
you
that
could at
ring
least
quickly that he
ask.
just put on there?
You can have a
Can I
look at it.
just Yeah, I look at the ring, please. The ring that guy just randomly put on.
It's a gold band.
A wedding ring, right?
Yeah.
Why would you want to put a wedding ring on this arm for? Are you?
It's what I had to hand. I wasn't prepared for a hand to drop out of the sky.
You could at
Yeah, but
least
but
ask
isn't
the
that
hand
nice,
whether
though?
it wants the ring, or wants to have a ring put on it. You don't force it upon them.
The
You
hand
wouldn't like
looks
someone to
happy
force
with the
something
ring.
upon you.
Easy way of sorting this out. Luz, do you want this ring put upon your hand?
It nods up and down.
There we go.
Well, congratulations, you're married to a hand.
I just sigh and go on my own because I'm fed up with this group.
I lay down, proud of my diplomacy skills.
I talk to the acolyte, say, look, next time you ask, okay?
Okay. If this
I'm-
ever happens again, I'll be sure to ask.
If this ever happens again, you are an incredibly unlucky man.
I just
That's all I
mumble-
need to hear.
I just mumble under my breath and it's a goddamn group with arms going from the sky and people putting wedding rings everywhere.
Torin,
Feel
as
this- you sound
as you
troubled.
move off, it taps you on the foot
Hmm?
and attempts to sign out a crude game that you remember playing once when you were a younger dragon of boulder parchment shears.
Oh, Gold Department Shears. I'm game if you are.
Again, a handly shrug, and then
I-
it balls its hand up into a fist.
I play along.
And you eventually work out that it means to go on 3, not after 3.
Oh, I'm sorry. All right, on three. Okay.
And you play several hours of boulder parchment shears with the hand.
I watched him before, walking up to the edge of the group, looking
True.
out and sitting down and just admiring the nature with the fire to the back.
During those hours, I get up and try to make new arrows.
Okay.
I just Who wants to play chess with me?
I'll play chess with you.
Alright then.
You might need to teach me how to play. I've never played before, but I'll play with you.
Yeah, I'm willing to teach you.
Wonderful.
I get my chess pieces out and everything, and we'll start. I teach what's your character's name again?
Riardon.
I teach Riardon how to play chess.
Okay.
And it's great.
So Theodos is whittling down some arrows.
I
Torin.
glance sometimes at the game of chess because I know how to play chess. So
Torin and the
This
arm
makes
are
me
playing boulder parchment shears. And Romad and Riordan are playing chess, and the tribal warriors and acolytes are just kind of stood around going, why the fuck are we following these people?
hey, I'm doing arrows. I'm doing things that soldiers would do.
Actually, to be fair, the tribal warriors are whittling some arrows with you. And looking disdainfully at everybody else, going, what?
Well, it must be remembered that a peace of mind is very important.
You're totally cheating. Of course you are.
It writes out on the ground, no, you are cheating.
Oh yeah. I put my arm on a nearby box. Arm wrestle.
Oh, if only I had Luz's stats to hand. But I don't, so...
But you don't. Let's just say I win.
I would have thought you probably would do.
Considering the arm's not attached to anything, I think the odds are definitely in favour.
But eventually, the evening draws into a night time, and you...
Hang on, who won our game of chess?
Okay.
And how many arrows did I do?
And what is the meaning of life?
42. That's not how many
42.
arrows, that's the meaning of life.
I was like, shit, 42.
Bear with me, everybody.
Even carry that many. I'm gonna fill my drink.
John is currently looking up the meaning of life.
Yeah,
And drink.
Sean, maybe after the arm wrestling, the hand just slaps Torin.
I laugh at that.
I also would laugh at that.
I do a deep chuckle. I don't because I'm not black, because I'm just
I just smile at the situation.
It's going deeper and deeper at every try.
We're getting into like
what are you guys turn sane right now? I'm leaving.
we're getting into like Jabba the Hutt territory of.
Can you both make me intelligence checks? Tanny, yours is at a +2 because you are proficient.
What? Check again?
Intelligence checks.
Where's me intelligence? That one.
That one there.
I think I pressed the right one. I'm not entirely sure.
So with a massive amount of beginner's luck, Riordan manages to win the game.
Even gives across the impression that he wasn't even really paying attention. That's it.
It's only because I had such a wonderful... We must play again sometime.
Yes, I agree. Now what?
Now I need to look up crafting arrows.
I'm waiting to know how many arrows I did.
It has to be something in Xanathar's about that, surely.
I think there is.
I'll
That's
wait for
why
200.
If you want me to have 42 arrows more, I'm all okay with that.
48.
That would put me at something like 59, but yeah.
It was
Suddenly, he
69
turns
though.
into Legolas.
Bow, chicken, bow, wow.
Yeah, I have to do 10 more.
Now I'm just thinking of Ellen McGregor as Legolas. Thanks, Scott.
Hello there.
I'll be one Kenobi. Legolas.
Oh. Well, he would always have the high ground.
Anyway, it's flying.
Roll me a d20.
A D20. 20.
You managed to
Amazing.
spend a few hours whittling away, and between your efforts and the efforts of the tribal warriors, who give you split the arrows up, and you manage to add 20 arrows to your quiver.
I enslaved the warriors, that's it.
You share out the arrows, so they've got some as well.
Make like a pile of them.
Tell us the truth, Theodus. You made the most, didn't you?
Well, I'm used to it.
It's very impressive.
I'm gonna lose half of them trying to shoot at things and missing, but yeah.
I'm going to lose them all in the next fight when I try to fight something else, but...
Stop mocking me! I just have a lazy eye, okay?
And eventually, the following day arrives. There's some sleeping in between then and now, but...
I was about to say, are we not doing perceptions and all that lot again?
No, nothing happens.
Okay.
That just
You know what?
means
It feels really empty without a certain chicken.
Yeah.
It's one of those things where I'm fiddling with my flute, but decided to put it away.
yeah. And the first moment I see you taking your flute, I'm like,
There's
I'm
just
taking an arrow and my short bow.
The flute slowly approaches Riordan's mouth, and then slowly disappears out of frame again.
And I'm like, I'm nodding, like, yeah, you're right.
The hand is also up at sunrise.
Slept well, hand?
Holy fuck, it's morning. It writes out.
Holy fuck, it's morning, it says.
I wonder why it said that. Strange.
I miss Bob.
Who's Bob?
Oh,
Don't ask. It's a chicken.
a chicken, you say? No new.
Okay, I won't ask.
Long story, too long for hand.
Well, perhaps when we meet your other half.
Yes. Maybe we should like hide something like maybe under the ring or something to tell them who we are.
It starts to write out finger, and then it actually just crosses its fingers. To show that it's saying, like, fingers crossed I meet my other half again.
I'm sure.
I'm sure.
Oh, I see.
I'm sure you will,
I'm
and
sure
we'll
you
be
will.
protecting you, and we'll keep protecting you until you find them.
Thank
I
you.
actually hide into my furry cloak.
Or your owner finds you. Okay, let's move
I'm
on.
gonna find you.
It tugs on Romad's cloak.
I pick the arm up again and put it around my shoulders.
Pinches you on the ear and
Ouch.
affectionately pinches you on the ear and then wraps itself around.
Okay then. I pet the forearm bit. Like, yeah. Okay. Shall we move on then?
Who is playing the Watchman for today?
I shall too.
Yeah.
Okay, well, you two watching the front, I'll watch the rear.
And I'll hang out in the middle.
Okay.
The last last time I was on watch, an arm fell near me.
Okay.
No, other part by the body parts fallen.
This time, one of the legs will appear.
Yeah, that's my prediction right now.
This is the slowest way of getting to Chult. Limb by limb.
Shut up, pass it in the sky.
Could the people who are leading up that's not the right button for me to press. No,
Self-destruct happening in 5,
not that one.
4.
This one.
Mhm.
Could the people who are heading up the group please roll me perceptions?
Oh, you got a better eye than me.
Apparently, a grung is somewhere.
There is a voice telling me from above that there is something ahead.
I
It's
have the feeling we are going to have a grunt trying to sneak at 7:19. Exactly.
Unfortunately, they didn't roll particularly well at their stealth.
There, those elder eyes actually predicted something.
So both Romad and Theodas notice. Hello, Incursor! Incursor arriving.
Think of us.
Where did you appear from?